Hello, welcome to Avenger News. This is Danny DeHeck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. Today, some exciting developments is happening in regards to VYB. Megan Lynch has come out with a full confession of the dealings and the happenings of VYB. In short, it has collapsed, and now she's running away with the money. We've got an exclusive interview with Megan, and we're going to get the story across to you. You may be one of the 47,000 people that she claims is a member of her organization. You may be one of the people that were hoping that you were going to receive $442,860 a month by listening to the advice the school teacher Megan Lynch is offering. She is providing 7 packages of educational information that's going to educate you on how to make $442,860 a month, or approximately $5 million per year. She claims that she has a 3 times 10 pyramid forced matrix structure to her business. She has even registered her business as under in some place in Wyoming, where a lot of other companies register themselves, similar to the Maldives Islands or seashell shores of seashore shores. But anyway, let's get straight into it before I start making a butch of this announcement. Here we have Megan Lynch standing by. The only thing I can really do is play the video speaks for itself. We will stop it if I think I can add my extra 2 cents worth in. Not likely.
Dear VYB community, let me begin by expressing my deepest remorse and regret for the situation I have created through my actions. For months, I led you all to believe that VYB was a revolutionary opportunity. However, the truth is far darker. I deceived you all. From the very beginning, my intention...
Did she just say she deceived us all? She didn't deceive me or the crypto Ponzi scheme Avengers. Just a few people who may have not known how to do due diligence.
Were impure. I was driven by greed and a thirst for power, and it clouded my judgment. I knew deep down that VYB was a scam, but I let my emotions override my conscience.
And it's an easy thing for a lot of us to do, is to make an emotional decision. They use all the techniques known to man. For example, fear of missing out. A lot of people, if you don't do this, you're going to miss out, and they force you to hand over your money.
I led you all on a path of false hopes and dreams. I watched you invest your hard-earned money, and I took advantage of your trust.
Investing $25 isn't a lot of money, but when you claim you've got 47,000 people paying you $25, for those who aren't too good at maths, that's $1.1 million. Not bad for a few weeks' work.
I allowed my own selfish desires to rob you of dreams and financial security. Over time, I justified my actions, telling myself that it was just a game, that no one would get hurt. But the sad truth is, I was wrong.
She's admitting she's wrong, which is fantastic. I've been trying to get her to admit she's wrong for a long time. She wouldn't listen to me.
People's lives have been ruined because of me, and
I hope your life hasn't been ruined because of $25.
there is no excuse for what I have done.
She is correct. Absolutely no excuse. She's been doing this for 5 years.
I take full responsibility for my actions, and I'm deeply sorry. I realize now that my greed and arrogance have caused immense pain.
I'm sorry.
I have shattered hopes, ruined families, and destroyed friendships.
Imagine that. You told me that I was going to earn $442,860 a month. You even gave me advice on how to spend and make sure I'm making the right taxation advice. You gave me it all, and you've taken it all away.
And for that, I am truly sorry. I can't even begin to imagine the turmoil and suffering I've inflicted on so many innocent people. The weight of guilt and shame is almost unbearable. I wish I could turn back time and undo the harm I've caused.
Cindy Lauper would turn in her grave, and I don't even think she's dead.
But I can't. I beg you, if you can find it in your hearts, to forgive me. I know words alone can't make up for the damage I've done, but I hope you can see that I am truly remorseful and deeply regret my actions.
We'll see about that. Wait until you get the end of this.
I promise you this, I will never deceive anyone again. I have learned the painful lesson of the consequences of my actions, and I will never allow greed to blind me again.
Now, this is really strange because she said this in the past. Remember, we investigated her and we found that she had 10 other Ponzi schemes on her YouTube channel. Still to date, they have never delivered anything she said that was going to be delivered. And then she said she learned from those mistakes. And now she's saying she's going to learn from this mistake. How much learning does this lady need?
I will spend the rest of my days striving to make amends and earn your trust back. I understand that my actions have left scars that may never heal, and I accept that I must bear the consequences of my choices. I acknowledge that forgiveness is not owed to me, but I desperately hope that someday you will find it in your hearts to grant it to me. You have every right to despise me, to wish ill upon me, and to report me to the authorities. I accept that I may face legal repercussions for my actions, and I will cooperate fully with any investigation. Most importantly, I want to address the financial aspect. I cannot repay the money I've taken. It's gone, vanished into the same black hole that all scams eventually succumb to, and for that I am deeply sorry. I know my words may sound hollow, and my promises may seem empty, but let me be clear. I will never run another Ponzi scheme. I will never try to trick anyone again.
So we've brought up these pictures. Now I'm looking very big at the moment. I'm just going to reposition myself. Now this is actually the first thumbnail and the first video where I actually saw Megan. And a lot of people wonder why I'm going after Megan so hard. And that's because she was guilty by association. She was hanging out with Tammy Jackson. And at that time, I didn't know anything about VYB. And no one did anyway, because she didn't let anyone know. But Tammy Jackson is a notorious scammer who made a lot of money and also led a lot of people down the road of destruction with their investments for Hyperverse. And if you don't know, I've done my apprenticeship with Hyperverse, a $1.9 billion scam. And not only that, after Tammy realized that she led everyone down the destruction, even today, she's still running things called Blockchain IQ, which is trying to say she's going to run educational packages for people just like Megan Lynch and Regan Lynch are. So that's why I started picking on Megan, because of her association with Tammy. Now, Tammy has been a strong advocate of We Are All Satoshi, which is a $350 million scam. How do we know it? Myself and the Avengers have been tracking the money. They've released multiple scams within the umbrella called Affiliate Marketing 2.0, just been updated to 3.0. And they are taking money off people, promising things and not delivering them, like Boomerang, $500 licenses to do arbitrage trading. We watched $250 a day being paid into these platforms, hoping that they would be able to make $1,500 return in a day and then reinvested in another license. And they never delivered anything. People got 30 to 50 to 60 cents a day instead. And then they refunded everybody into a worthless token. Tammy Jackson was heavily involved in that. When I saw Megan Lynch and her in a video together, I actually rang her up. And we have a recording, which I played multiple times, of me trying to reason with Megan. She didn't want to have a bar of it.
This day forward, I will strive to live a life of honesty, integrity, and respect for others. This experience has been a wake-up call for me. I have seen the face of my own darkness, and I will never forget it.
Now, this one here was quite interesting. Join onemoretime.com. This was a previous scam that fell over, and here she was using her existing website address to promote this new scam. How ironic was that? And this video was one of the first times I actually met her online with the Zoom meetings, and she had these 4 people in here who are claiming to be some sort of religion or some sort of cult-like following, and they were egging her on to do what she does well. She called it divine intervention pending. She believed that she was doing the work of the Lord.
I will do whatever it takes, no matter how painful, to make amends and help those I have wronged. Please believe me when I say that I am truly remorseful.
She's not. She's the devil's little helper. And here I literally shut down the Zoom meeting because she had never seen the force of the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger and his Avengers storm in and take down people's Zoom meetings. You can see my angel wings in the background and my keyboard. We caused havoc. She was Satan's little helper that day.
I have prayed for forgiveness and guidance. I have spent countless sleepless nights thinking about the pain I've caused, and I will continue to live with the knowledge of what.
So she'll continue to live with the knowledge of what she's done. She's always praying to God. She believes she's doing God's work. She's going after the religious communities and their faith-based, using the faith of people to force them out of their money. And here you can see this is where I was introduced to her twin sister. Even at this time, I didn't realize she was a twin. Jesus is looking at her and Satan is egging her on, and she's leaning towards Satan. She was going to go to hell, in my opinion.
I've done for the rest of my life. I may have been the one who started this scam, but I was not alone. I had accomplices who helped me every step of the way. I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge the people who were in on it, those who helped me deceive you.
Now, in this video, she got Regan's 6-year-old daughter to come on to a Zoom meeting with 900 people and tell the people how wonderful Mum and her sister Regan and Megan was, and it was breathtaking. After this video played, I got Regan coming onto our chat rooms and abusing the shit out of us, calling me a pedophile of all things. And she was going to do this and she was going to do that. Her fury as a mother was certainly shown in the chat room. And if you go to my YouTube channel, check out the shorts, you'll see that conversation that Regan actually had in there all by herself, and she took over the chat room, redid all the images, and just caused mayhem. But I did not put her daughter in the Zoom meeting. I did not. They knew that I was broadcasting these meetings, but it still did not stop them throwing their 6-year-old, well, Regan's 6-year-old daughter in front of the camera. It was breathtaking. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen anyone do who knows they're running a scam. This lady has had scam after scam fall over. She has got a history of promoting these get-rich-quick schemes. Behind MLM has published statements from her claiming that she knows that you make a lot of money at the start, collecting money like the $25, and then you release products that collapse and don't deliver, and that's how you do your exit strategy. Since when I'm filming this very video, I haven't seen Megan for 4 or 5 days. So I can only assume that she's got her money and she's running off into the wilderness. And then she's released products that are stupid. Her marketing kit that she's released is just crap. It's nothing. Somebody said, at the very least, it's poor, at best to say it's a poor marketing kit. And this is her way of saying thanks to all the people that pay $25. A marketing kit to market her products and become sales people for Megan, whatever the names are, getting confusing.
Their loyalty and their willingness to deceive played a significant part in the success of this scam. They too should be held accountable for their actions. They knew what they were doing.
So she said she wasn't accountable, and in this very screenshot right behind my head, it says penalties for promoting Ponzi schemes in the US. It says imprisonment up to 20 years per count, fines up to $1 million for individuals and $25 million for companies, full repayments to victims, often in millions or billions. So this is anyone that's involved with this scam who's promoting it, not just the person that owns it in the company, but individuals promoting it can, if you look up the IRS fines and what happens if you're involved in a scam, we brought that up on the screen, but she still continued.
They knew the harm it would cause, and they chose to ignore their conscience for personal gain. Their actions were just as selfish and just as destructive. They enabled me and empowered me to keep going.
Now, these people who come into these Zoom meetings would ask questions. Any question that she didn't want to answer, she would just gaslight that person and make them shut up. We couldn't ask them any questions. Even myself as a critic couldn't go there and ask any questions. It was ridiculous even trying.
And to the one person who dared to expose me, to confront me and bring my scheme to the light, know this: I despise you for destroying my life, but I also respect you for your relentless pursuit of truth and justice.
Now, this video, this slide here, you've got a pyramid force matrix, a 3x10 force matrix, unlimited income, claiming that people are going to make $442,860 a month. There isn't enough people in the world for this to actually mathematically equate. So you don't need me to tell you it's a scam. And now she's been telling everyone that there's this disclaimer. And she never had a disclaimer until recently. But here she is telling people that if they want to make sure, she was telling people how to spend the money before she even got the money. And the whole ploy was to get that $25 off them. And there's no products worth anything that do anything. They're just absolutely digital products. It's just absolutely incredible. We put her 7 products into ChatGPT the other day. If you watched my previous videos, And ChatGPT said that these are not products. These are all scam justification, typical Ponzi scheme structure products, if you want to call them a product. Absolutely breathless.
I have nothing left to hide. I have nothing left to lose. I face the cold, hard realities of my choices. My reputation is in ruins and my future is uncertain.
So she could be better off doing only scams instead of just this shit and this crap.
The people I knew and loved have abandoned me. My name is synonymous with deceit and greed, and my life as I knew it is over. I know that my words may not
That logo does look familiar, though. I don't know if I've seen them there, but who knows what next they'll do.
be enough to quell the anger and pain I have caused. I understand that forgiveness is far from assured, and honestly, I don't blame you. If our roles were reversed, I'd be filled with the same rage and heartache. I wouldn't trust me either. But if there's anything left within you, even a sliver of compassion or mercy, please consider forgiveness.
Now, this is quite funny. This particular thumbnail here, as you got my YouTube channel removed for 4 days. When I uploaded this thumbnail, YouTube's AI picked it up as nudity, and the video got my whole channel got taken down. All the other scammers around the world thought they were the victorious person for doing so. It was a crack up. But anyway, as you can see, I had blurred out the images quite nicely. And that when I upload that thumbnail, when I log back into my YouTube account, because you can't see anything when they take your account off you, that image was grayed out. So I can only assume this is why my channel got taken down, but it would make sense. So I actually think I've blurred it a little bit more than normal, which is quite funny. G'day, Trey. Nice to see you in here.
I want to prove to you and to myself that people can change, that even the worst of us can be redeemed.
Now, that's a load of rubbish, actually. But I have watched scammers for ages. I have seen a couple of people who used to promote these programs turn around and become Avengers, but very rarely do these people change their spots. They're always leopards.
I know I've caused immense pain and destroyed the lives of many innocent people. I know that my actions have scarred people beyond repair, leaving deep emotional wounds that may never.
Now, that video there was actually showing you that Tiger Pay, we managed to shut down their payment gateways. So to date, we've calculated roughly about 2,000 people have actually paid the $25. We were told by Tiger Pay that very few transactions went through because banks were jamming them. That tells you everything. Now Pay is their crypto provider who takes people's crypto. We've also been told that they had stopped, so they're dead in the water. And this would be another reason why the scam has fallen over.
Heal. That's a reality I have to face. I can't take back what I've done. I can't erase the pain, but I can try to make amends. I can try to set things right. I want to dedicate my life to repairing the damage I've caused, no matter how impossible it seems.
And this was a great slide here. There's another YouTuber called Queen of Karma, and she started doing videos on Megan and Regan as well. So search for Queen of Karma, find her YouTube channel. Please do subscribe. She's been invaluable. Invaluable, I think that's the right word to say, a very valuable resource to have in our network as one of our Avengers. But we did a good 2.5 hour talk on the detrimental effects that Megan has had on a lot of people. Even if it is only $25, Megan claimed that she went to the homeless people and managed to sign up 7 homeless people to buy $25 memberships. But Megan does have a real confusion when it comes to memberships. She claims that her 47,000 people that have given her their first name, last name, and email address are members. But the actual, what I call a member, is somebody who's paid over money. It's like going to your local gym and them asking you if it's okay to put your name and your email address into their database so they can send you their newsletters. It doesn't mean you're a member of that gym until you sign up for one of their membership plans. So Regan and Megan have been telling everybody that they have 47,000 members. This is a telltale sign for a Ponzi scheme because they want to inflate everything they're doing to generate the herd-like mentality people have, the fear of missing out. Everyone else is doing it. I've got to do it as well.
Please give me a chance. I know it will take time, tremendous effort, and a lot of forgiveness on your part, but I want to show you that I can be better.
Now, this video here was ready to go when she claimed she was going to stop me. After shutting down their payment gateway, she decided that she was going to get people and recruit people to shut down my YouTube channel. And about this time, shortly after, my YouTube channel actually disappeared, but not because of her work, because I uploaded that thumbnail. Long story, different day. But She never did stop me, obviously. I'm still going, but she isn't. We haven't seen her. Where are you?
That I can change. I want to prove to you that even someone like me can be deserving of redemption. Forgiveness is a difficult and complex thing. I know that not everyone will be able to forgive me.
Now, here she talked about gathering people into the Noah's Ark because she seems to think she's some sort of messiah. So I took the piss out of that, didn't I? As you can see, I've got Noah's Ark and a big giraffe and a nice pink flamingo to come along for the ride, just in case a few people didn't make it inside the Ark. The whole world would have had to fit inside the Ark for this Ponzi scheme to actually eventuate, to actually succeed.
I understand and accept that. But to those who can find it in their hearts to forgive me, I promise to make amends and prove that I truly am remorseful. I will do whatever it takes. I will work endlessly to earn your forgiveness. I will.
Now, you'll hear us soon talk about the Titanic and everyone sink to the bottom. But when she started talking about getting on her boat, this was my favorite video, actually. And you can see it when you go to my YouTube channel. Just search for VYB and you'll see all the videos I've done on Megan. And we've probably got 20 videos out there at the moment. Some of them are doubled up because some were recorded live and others were stripped out of the lives and made into default videos, for use of a better word. But this one here, the Titanic, and it's even got their name on the side of it.
Prove that I'm not the greedy, heartless person that I once
I wanted to use another word, greedy, heartless, but I didn't.
was. I will use every moment left in my life to make up for the suffering I've caused.
Now think about being a refugee and somebody says to you, I'm going to take you to a beautiful country where you can live, you can have a job, you can support yourself, you can have a nice house. That's what a refugee is all about. Now, she was promising people $442,860 a month if they listen to her. How do you think refugees feel when they turn up thinking they're going to go to a beautiful country and they get dumped in a boat that's going nowhere with no engines, hoping to get saved by the lifeguard? This is the same thing that happens with not just Megan's scam, but all the scams that we follow. People desperately get disappointed. People die by suicide because they get promised and told that something's going to happen by someone they trust, a family member, a friend, and it doesn't deliver. People get desperate. And this is why I do what I do. Megan and Regan and Anthony and Tony, they don't care about this. They don't care. They just want to get greedy at all costs. They would be happy to sit in an island all by themselves in a beautiful house knowing they scam the world.
I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge the one person whose unwavering dedication to justice and truth brought my scam to an end, Danny DeHeck, also known as the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger, and his team, the Avengers.
Now, we do have a strong team. We have a small team, a violent team. We go in and we cause disruption in Zoom meetings. Sometimes we get criticized for the way that we do it. But the honest truth is we can't stop Megan and they can't stop us, but we can cause disruption and embarrassment. And we're here to name and shame anyone. And the fact that she's actually mentioning me in this confession is actually kind of flattering, but kind of expected, because we know that we caused her a lot of damage when trying to get this Ponzi scheme off the ground. Hence, this is why she's disappeared. Haven't seen her.
Their tireless pursuit of truth and unwavering determination to protect the public from Ponzi schemes like VBY was an admirable display of integrity and courage. Firstly, I owe a special gratitude to these key individuals who helped me drive VYB to new heights of scamming success: Graham Frame, Tammy Jackson, Tracy Cassivi, and Ellis Mayberry. Without your twisted talents, this Ponzi scheme would never have reached the heights it did.
Now, they're all well-known scammers, guilty by association. I mean, Tammy Jackson. I mean, Alice Maysbury. I mean, I've got a detective constable, whatever they call them in wherever he's from, reached out to me and said he's had 16 people complain. Very, very few people complain after they've been scammed, and that's how these people get away. And that's why we have on heck.com a place where you can go and report these scams. If you don't report them, then the numbers don't add up. I can tell you now that you need to report every time you scam. I had somebody who lost $2,000 the other day, and they were trying to get me to help them get the money back. And I said, you're a New Zealander? You're in New Zealand? Go to your local police station and report a crime, because they have to do the paperwork, and then you can go and report this to, all the different organizations they give you. And then it sparks an inquiry. So you got to report these things.
I especially want to issue a heartfelt apology to my twin sister, Reagan Lynch, for deceiving her 6-year-old daughter to gain credibility. It was a cruel and unforgivable act, but it worked. And let's not forget my
But it worked. Unreal, but it worked. So it doesn't really matter that she used her sister's 6-year-old child because it worked. Unreal, isn't it?
administration staff who pushed this VYB marketing machine into action.
Now, these 7 products you see here, there's no point of difference between any of them. They're all digital products. You don't get anything. You don't get number 7 and get a TV sent to your place. You don't get a computer with it. You don't get a credit card. You don't get nothing. Nothing at all. You just get educated by Megan, who's I think 14 or 17-year-old school teacher who said she'd come out of retirement to scam you. I mean, it's ridiculous. I put all these programs and all these descriptions and all their presentation script into ChatGPT and said, what is this? And I did this video yesterday. If you go and have a look, you'll see a list of how useless all these scams are.
Your 5-slide presentation became a weapon of mass hypnosis, a powerful tool for convincing more and more people to fall for our ruse. Tony Merrick, you played a pivotal role in creating the illusion of legitimacy, and for that, you will also be held accountable for your actions. Finally, to the countless victims whose hard-earned savings, trust, relationships, and even sanity I stole, I owe my success to you.
Now, remember, the only thing she's got, she keeps telling everyone she has 47,000 members. That is a total lie. Even Megan couldn't argue the fact with me because 2,000 people have paid so we can calculate, only going by their online list. So 2,000 people have paid out of 47,000, but she claims she's got 47,000 members. It's in her presentation documents. Why would she claim that? How can she claim that? She's trying to inflate numbers to create hype and also give you fear of missing out. That's the only reason she could do it. And she cannot deny the fact that she does not have 47,000 members. Why does she say it? So join her mailing list and you become a member. That's crazy, eh?
VYB was my empire, built upon your ruined dreams and shattered lives. If success is measured in the suffering caused, then I stand atop a mountain of agony and despair. Hello to all 47,000 people on my mailing list. I want to ensure this message reaches you and encourages you to play an active role in exposing scams moving forward. I have reached out to Danny DeHeck, the crypto Ponzi scheme avenger, and offered my deceptive experiences to help fight scams. His efforts to dismantle our VYB scheme have been relentless, but I haven't received a response yet. Let this serve as a shout out to him for his commitment to exposing scams like mine. I urge you to share this recording with as many people as possible. Let's ensure that everyone is aware of the tactics used by scam artists like myself and pledge to be vigilant in the future. Remember, my scheme is now a sinking ship, just like the Titanic, and it's unlikely anyone will be able to resurrect it. Take this moment to reflect, learn from your mistakes, and pledge to help expose scams in the future. Together, we can make the world a safer place. Well, I hope you've all learned your lesson. It's just another day in the office for me, running another Ponzi scheme and stealing your hard-earned money. I've done this many times before, and unfortunately for you, it's how I survive. Good luck trying to get your money back. Remember, the police can't do anything about it. They're just incompetent fools. And don't even think about asking me to refund your money. As I've made clear, I'm keeping it all. This was a well-executed scam, and I'll be off to the next one before you even have a chance to mourn your lost savings. I know you're angry and upset, but let's be real here. You were gullible enough to fall for this scam in the first place. It's not my fault you believed my lies and gave me your money. Scammers like me exist because there will always be people like you who are willing to trust in something too good to be true. So if you're feeling outraged and betrayed, don't waste your energy complaining. Instead, accept the fact that you were outsmarted by a professional scammer. I'll be off to find my next victim, and I'm sure I won't have any trouble finding one. After all, humans are gullible sacks of meat and greed, and they'll always be willing to throw their money at the promise of a great deal. And one last thing, don't bother reporting me to the authorities. They're useless, and they're certainly not going to get your money back. I'll be long gone with your money before they even realize what happened. So suck it up, learn your lesson, and next time, use some common sense before you hand over your life savings to a stranger online.
Wow. Well, do take this opportunity to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be nice to have you on board. Oh, very loud, Danny. That's my truck. Well, that was news to hand. That was interesting, wasn't it? Well, there you go. I did use AI to put that together, so there's no, you need to read the description and also look at the title of this video and you'll see that I did use AI, but I didn't put anything in there that I haven't researched or I haven't found true and factual. I didn't make up lies, put it that way. But seriously, guys, you know, how many of these scammers are going to get away with your money? We haven't heard from Megan or Regan for a few days. In fact, Regan seems to have fallen off the bus about a week ago. We did hear a voice of hers maybe there for a wee while a few days ago, but I took a few days off and I come back and I've been waiting in their meetings and they don't seem to be running the meetings anymore. So I don't know what's happening. So the truth of the matter is this can't work anyway. Any scheme they come up with to get your money, just don't give it to them. You know, there's people go to me, how do you know it's a scam? And I go, well, how do you know it's real? And how can something that mathematically doesn't add up actually deliver on the claims? Now, if I gave you some cream and told you if you rub that on your nose, it's going to cure cancer, I'd have to back that up with some pretty substantial evidence, wouldn't I? It's the same with these girls. They tell you that they've got this 3 times matrix force pyramid thing, and that if you pay $25, that you're going to be locked in, like there's some sort of mechanism in the pyramid. They're going to lock you in to be in that pyramid. And then they're going to tell you to do their work for them. They're going to tell you that you need to recruit 3 people. And then those 3 people that you recruit, you need to keep banging on their door and tapping on their windowsill and tell them to recruit 3 more people. Now, there was somebody in our chat room just the other day. They said, oh, they got my uncle. He's joined. And now he's trying to talk the rest of the family into joining, obviously without any success. But that's what it's like. If you sit there and watch these people gaslighting you in a Zoom meeting, eventually that dripping tap or that squeaky door gets the oil. So people fall victim. They get brainwashed. They get this NLP training thing, and they just see tunnel vision, and they start to believe, and then they think it's only $25. You pay your $25. Now you're invested. You've financially invested, even if it is $25. You're used to paying that money. You're used to doing that transaction. Next minute, they start that squeaky door thing again, and you come along with your human oil, and they say to you, look, we've got these packages available. We've got this big expensive package up here, and then we've got this medium package here, and we've got this small one down here. 99% of people will buy the small package. The big package is designed to make you think, I'll just do a small investment. It's only a few $100s. What if it's real? And that's how they get it. Now, I've already said to you, if they did have 47,000 members and they all paid $25 each, that's over $1.1 million. They claim, I've added up, going by the back end of their website, that they've actually got 2,000 paid members. Now, we've shut down their payment gateways. What providers would shut down their payment gateway if it was a legitimate company? No providers. So the crypto provider has been shut down, NowPay and TigerPay, who was using Stripe and other payment gateways. They're in serious shit because TigerPay said that they signed a contract with us, and in the contract, there's a clause in there that says that if they misuse the terms and conditions, that they will be legally responsible for their actions. The very best, 2,000 people have paid $25. How much is that? That's 25,000. I think if I go 2,000 times 25, it's $50,000. Now, they promised that the people that referred people into it would get $10 of that money. So if I go 2,000 times 10, which I should know off the top of my head, so $20,000 of the $50,000 that they're theoretically collected should be paid back to the people, like Tammy Jackson. I can't remember the other names, but you know the people I mean. So have they paid any of the people that are referring them? Has anyone received any money from Megan and Regan? And when does this payment date start? I didn't see any conditions or any terms and conditions says on the 20th of every month you're going to be paid X for promoting X. It's just all bullshit. And then we find statements on the internet where they've claimed that the only time you make any money is at the beginning of these pyramid-like marketing strategies they use. So it's just absolutely, crazy. So Trey, you're asking, is this real? Well, no, it's not real. It was all done with AI as per the heading of the video that I've done. However, I'm using AI because I want to give people an example of what AI can do, and also how the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger will actually use AI to fight these criminals. And it's a very valuable resource. Now, I could have secretly said, no, this is the real Regan, Megan, wherever it is, but it's not my style. So in the description of any video I do, you will find a disclaimer and the truth, basically. But if I've got a video that's gone out, I've got a sound clip that's going around the internet at the moment, and I'm hoping that it will get into the hands of people who are about to invest with Megan and Regan. And hopefully that will be enough for them to think twice about parting with their $25. I know it's not a lot of money, but it does add up when you're collecting $25. Imagine walking down the street going, oh, there's $20. Oh, there's $20, and picking them up. Every time they fool somebody into paying $25, they are the ones that get rich, because that's how these schemes work. So take it with a grain of salt, this video, or think about how you can help us be disruptors. Because being a disruptor in this industry is how we're going to make a difference. Waiting for law enforcement. I've dealt with quite a lot of law enforcement, and they will only act once the crime has happened. No one's doing prevention. Maybe we could change the world and the way these crimes flourish by doing things like, who are they associated to? I mean, when I first met Megan, she was in a meeting with Tammy. So I rang up Megan and did the right thing and used my powers that be, got her phone number, rang her up and said, hey, do you realize that lady Tammy has got a history of scamming? Oh, look, you don't understand about this and you don't understand about that, Megan said. I said, well, I do actually. I've been following Tammy Jackson for the last 3 years. I know that this is a scam. And I know what you were doing. Well, I didn't know what she was doing at the time is a scam as well. She was building a database so she can scam mum and dad investors, and that's why I'm here. But I hope that come across as real, and I hope shock treatment works. But what's worse, using AI to expose a scammer, or letting a scammer scam you out of your money first and then going after them? What's better, prevention or interception? Is that the same thing? But I know that once the crime has happened, the money's always gone. Hey, look, I enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm Danny DeHeck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. Thank you to the people in the chat room. It's been nice to have you here. And hopefully I haven't, hope I've delivered a message that will make a difference. I'm going to tell you a story. I was on my phone today talking to Rob outside the supermarket. And as you've got your mind focused on something here, I'm talking to Rob in on a FaceTime, and he's talking to me. On the corner of my eye, I saw a guy, a tall, skinny, lanky guy, walking into the supermarket, and he had a hoodie on and he had a mask on up to here. And it was kind of like COVID style. Was he wearing a mask or was he trying to hide his face? He went into the supermarket, and I switched off because I thought, oh, that's a strange guy. He walked into the supermarket, didn't park his car in the mall for a start, but the brain's going off here, subliminally saying, Something's not right about that. But, oh, well, it's not my problem. I'm talking to Rob on the phone. Next minute, the guy comes out of the supermarket with the trolley, with the carry bag, the plastic basket, with about 5 or 6 items in it. And then he just walked straight out of the supermarket. And I looked at him and think, hey, he hasn't paid for that. He's walked out the back of the supermarket. Next minute, the supermarket staff see him and start chasing him. So I chased after him faster than anyone else could run. And because I was on a FaceTime with Rob, I couldn't use the record mechanism on my phone. But I got to where his car was parked. The license plate was bent, so it looked like a stolen car. It looked like fake plates on the car. And here I am holding up my phone, pretending I'm filming the guy while I'm talking to Rob. And I can't hit record because Rob's on the phone. So funny. But anyway, then this guy's trying to hide his face from me in the car. And I just thought this is sort of like these scams in a way, because you've got so much going on in these Zoom meetings and they're telling you this and they're telling you that and they're gaslighting you into thinking. When your brain can't process all that sort of stuff at the same time. I should have said to Rob, can you hang up? I need to free up my camera when I was running to the car. And then if Rob did that and believed I was true, then I would have been able to hit record. Instead of running to the passenger side of the car, I should have ran to the driver's side of the car because he was trying to start the car, but my brain didn't process everything fast enough. And now I've been rehearsing all the things I should have done as the guy drove off. I could have stood in front of the car, could have got ran over. I could have opened the car door and grabbed the guy. He could have stabbed me. You know, at the end of the day, I was thinking it's only a trolley, a basket full of a handful of goods. The guy looks like he was so lanky and skinny that he could have been even a heroin. It looked like he was on drugs because he was so skinny. And out of desperation, who the hell would go into a supermarket and only grab a handful of groceries and then run out again? Anyway, he drove around the block and there's a roundabout where the supermarket is, and he threw the basket out the window on the way through. Basically came back to the scene of the crime about 5 or 10 minutes later. He must have got lost in our neighborhood, which is a bit of a rabbit warren. But it was an interesting processing all those things that happened. And I just sort of, to me, it wasn't worth the fight, but it was funny. And we saw the funny side of it, went back into the supermarket afterwards and they all know me in there. And yeah, but it could have been triggered. I had a really nice conversation with a lady about 10 minutes before that happened, and she told me some real personal stuff, and she told me about her son and how he'd actually, unfortunately, died by suicide. And I had that conversation with her. The lady was really upset, and I had a really good, meaningful conversation about this lady's son. And I don't know if that played a part on how I treated the guy that was running off with the groceries. But my point really is it really worth it? Is it worth getting involved with things like this Megan and Regan thing? Is it really going to change your life? Do you need this shit in your life? Did I need to get involved with that guy by chasing him down the street? Was it better just to let him go? Was it like that Ponzi scheme scam that people entice you to join? Is it just easier to say, oh, it's not for me? And then they keep going at you, gaslighting you until they talk you into it? It's not worth it, is it? Why don't we just, maybe I shouldn't be doing my YouTube channel. Maybe I should just be spending my time making money and making my living and getting ahead. But is money really worth the chase with a dream that we all go after? Hey, you got to reflect on why you're doing what you do and who you are every now and again. Maybe this gets you thinking, are you happy? Is money going to make you happy? They say the root of all evilness is the love of money, not money. Money can be a good thing. But if we're striving after the wind, like King Solomon said, they say, I'm not biblical, but I still remember a few of the quotes. They said it's easier for a rich man to enter the kingdom. No, it's easier for a rich man to go through the eye of a needle. It's easier for a camel to go through an eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God. Are we striving after things we don't need? If greedy people can only think about money and they'll do anything it takes, is it worth it? Do we need this shit in our life? Don't know. Hope that made sense. bit waffly at the end. But anyway, it was an exciting day chasing the guy down the road who stole a few items from the supermarket. It was disheartening when he drove off in the stolen car, not because he got the items from the supermarket, but if I smashed the window of the car or something like that to try and stop him, I probably would have been smashing somebody's car window who's had their car stolen. They don't even realize yet. Who knows? Hey, the world we live in. That's Danny the Heck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger, out for another day. See you in the next video, guys. Haha, watch the video, Flack Panzer. And read the description. And anyone watching the end of this video, read the description, check out the title, and also check out my blog, which is on theheck.com, about this very video. Have a great day. See you guys.